but it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still.
Bottles in a bucket full of ice. Yeah. Better make room, hit a Lambo. Bitch, better believe that I'm a snapper. Yeah. You know I'm about to take you from your man.
Hello. We're humans.
We humans.
Hey.
With a special in-studio guest.
All right, here's our intro.
Welcome to the Tar and Feather Podcast. Here are your hosts, Mustached Vet and Ganglion Cortex.
Oh, episode 25.
The Big 25.
Welcome to Tar and Feather Podcast. I know, a quarter of a century. Century mark, whatever. But
honestly, it's almost the year mark.
Yeah, 25 and 25. We're getting there, gentlemen.
We're getting there. Almost 2 a month. So, I'm Mustache Vet. That's Ganglion Cortex. And Ganglion, we have a guest.
We have a guest, Woody.
In studio.
Woody.
A childhood friend from the block.
Unfortunately, yet very fortunately.
From what block?
Parkview, man. PV of all places. Parkview, Moore Park, California.
Parkview Estates, right?
Yeah.
Don't forget, it was the Estates.
We're fancy. Parkview Estates over here, all right?
Luxury.
Full luxury. Full Parkview, nothing but estates.
Pearls everywhere. I don't know.
Oh, 100. It was just wild, bro. Absolutely out of control. But
I bet.
It was the common 90s street.
It was a legit 90s street. It was like the movie The Sandlot growing up in real life.
We actually tried to recreate the Sandlot with the beast was the sewer drain.
Mm-hmm. And definitely ate a couple baseballs, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. We'd have to do missions. We'd pop open the sewer lid and we'd tie a rope around someone's waist and lower them in.
We actually did that. Yeah. Thinking back on it, we lowered each other into sewers to get baseballs.
Remember that time that dude? I forgot his name. I think it was Matt. We had the lid open, right? And this guy was riding down the street on his bike and didn't see it, and his wheel fell into the hole, and he flipped over his handlebars instantly. It was like a cartoon.
Straight into a manhole, dude. Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I guess if you're not paying attention when you're like 12 years old riding a bike trying to be cool and not see the manhole cover that's open, and
you're not going to think about it, because since when in the history of history is a manhole not covered?
That's very true. That's not something you think about. You're not like, oh, this thing's just like wide open.
We were wearing orange suits, Tyvek suits though at the time, so something.
Oh, so you looked official. You looked official.
We had the connection to the Tyvek suits. Yes,
definitely did.
Was it like Little Rascals, where two of you, like one person got on top of each other's shoulders, and then you just put on a big
kind of
in a way,
reflective
one
jacket,
person in a suit, and like 3 or 4 other dudes.
Because then if it went the other way over the fence, then we did have to get on some shoulders and get over a barbed wire fence to go retrieve a ball.
Yeah, into the garden center. That was the other way.
Yeah,
the garden center. Was there a business behind the fence?
It was the site of much mayhem.
Yeah, absolute ridiculousness. So if you did it, let's just say that.
Just a bunch of kids running wild.
Kids running wild, man. But I can't imagine.
That was the 90s. And now you don't see much of that.
No.
We got to bring it back.
We're gonna bring it back, though. Yeah, I think our generation. Our generation will not let it die.
Like, I haven't driven down a road and then had a bunch of kids spread out to let me through. Like when you're playing hockey in the street and you're like, car.
Dude, that's a very good point. I'm trying to remember the last time that happened to me, and I don't think it's ever happened to me in the last 20 years, but it happened to me 100,000 times when we were kids, bro. At least.
I just remember, we had that traveling salesman that came through one time. He was giving us gang names.
Who was selling candy?
Yeah, we were playing.
What was your
gang
name?
We had a specific site for Pogs, right? It was on these wooden blocks, and then you could sit there and have a table. And this dude showed up. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I kind of remember. He all gave us special names.
Yeah,
I don't remember what the name was, but
the only thing I remember, this is dumb as shit, but I remember toilet seat for somebody's nickname. Can't tell you who it was, but somebody's nickname was toilet seat.
oh,
That's all I
That
know.
is
like
not
that
a
one.
good nickname. That is
No.
a terrible nickname.
No, I'm lucky I landed with a half decent one with Woody, dude. But like, yeah,
Mhm.
there's much worse nicknames like toilet seat.
Toilet seat. That's creative too.
So where it came from is I was the tall, goofy guy at work that wore a cowboy hat, and they're like,
Mm.
"Yeah, you look like Woody from Toy Story," and nobody told me about it for a year. And then I walked into my captain's office, and I was like, "Dude, I think I got the nickname Woody," and he just about fell over in his chair laughing. And he's like, "Yeah, bro, you've had that for like well over a year." I'm like, "You never told me that my nickname was Woody." No, I had to discover it myself.
Must have figured you knew. I don't know.
I guess, dude. I don't know what was going on. It was a weird situation, but it worked out. It's not the worst nickname in the world.
Yeah, on his computer, he's putting you in for a shift. He's like, "Oh, now I got to remember his actual name."
That is probably what actually happened a couple times. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I came across a few pieces of equipment of mine that somebody scribbled Woody on, and I was just like, these bastards, man. Now they're just not letting it go. So it stuck. It stuck well.
It's an okay name. It's a good.
It
one.
is a pretty good name. I mean, it's a good movie.
He's
good
the star of
series.
it, right? So
Yeah.
Main character.
better than Mr.
Main
Potato Head.
character. Yep.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
For
You don't
sure.
have a potato head, so that's good.
I do not. No, I have never and will never own a potato head now, unless I'm like
Hmm.
blowing it up with tannerite or something like that. That's about the only time I buy one.
That's a really good idea.
Dude, I know they got.
To put all the appendages on, and then put like a Ziploc baggie of tannerite in it.
Dude, he's.
That would be really cool. 360. Potato head explosion. You guys are muted.
We're back.
Yeah.
The cord's a little loose, and I moved it.
Yeah, that was his fault.
360 explosion.
Nothing but limbs and eyeballs.
We are Tannerite fans.
Yeah, see if the lips reach you.
We'll
give you a
blow
little
the
kiss.
lip right off.
Oh shit.
Potato head will give you a kiss.
For sure. Yeah,
It's
I
really
could.
funny.
I don't want that to happen, but I could see it happening to me with my luck, 100%.
I feel like Corey, we put tannerite in something, or did we just blow up tannerite? I think we just blew it up. I think it was just a bottle out there.
No, we did. We bought some fruits.
Mm.
We brought some fruits in 2-liter bottles and stuff, and we went
Right.
shooting in an undisclosed location.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you guys are reminding
That was a
me.
long time ago. That was like when I first moved to Arizona.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
things you do, right? So one of the worst ideas I've ever had that luckily never came to fruition was grabbing I think they're quarter-pound things of tannerite, putting a pound of it, then surrounding those with green Coleman propane bottles, and then putting a couple road flares around it to see what would happen.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
And it was in the middle of a dry river wash in probably August with nothing but like dry dead fuels around us. And luckily, it actually did not explode, because I think if it went off, I'd probably be in jail right now. It's not good. That was with Mark Doherty in Freedom Land, Apache Canyon.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we're past the statutes of limitations too now.
always.
Yeah, we are definitely past the statute of limitations. That happened at least 60 to 75 years ago. All right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we measure it by Pfizer rules, right?
Pfizer
65
rules
to
in
70
Nevada.
years until it's declassified, or until you can actually do any investigation. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
can't
So you can
investigate.
actually
that
find
which
out
has not
what
occurred
happened.
yet.
It hasn't. Oh no, yeah.
In
Hasn't happened
Minecraft.
yet.
Just in Minecraft.
It'll never-
I've heard of other
Yeah,
people
yes,
shooting those
in
green
Minecraft.
propane tanks with great success, though.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it, dude. I can't admit anymore on camera.
Yeah.
It's not something I really want to do. Not anymore.
No, we're past that. We are now professionals. We're no longer degenerates.
They make steel targets that you can use over and over again.
Yes. You just got to repaint them.
Right.
Easy peasy, man. Easy peasy.
Little rattle can, some
Mhm.
rattle can action. I'll probably do some shooting this weekend. Take the 22 up to we're going to Lake Moshannon. I think we're gonna camp up there, so we'll do some shooting out there, and then we'll hit some clays too.
Yeah, you've been getting on that, huh?
With the
You like that?
Yeah, dude, it's so much fun.
Dude, skeet shooting is definitely a blast and a half. Can't say I'm good at it, but I give it my best 2 cents.
Literally a
Bird
blast.
shot is affordable, right? So
Yeah. So yeah, I think I paid $10 for 12 rounds. I did do a contest last weekend for Veteran Riders Association. So it's a motorcycle association right down the road from my house, actually. And I'm thinking about joining. I don't know yet. And
you do have
so
motorcycle.
we did some skeet shooting, and I got 11 out of 25 on the first round, and then I think 16 out of 25 for the second round.
Not too
Pretty
bad.
good. Yeah, with no practice, right? Really beforehand.
No practice, and this was my
yeah.
first time doing it in like a competitive setting.
Yeah, that changes it.
Yeah.
Is it like 5-stand setting or skeet shooting from a station? How you guys doing it?
Yeah. So there was 5 stands.
Mhm.
So 5 stations, and then you kind of rotate like a volleyball.
Yep.
Team. So 5
Yeah.
goes to 1, 1 goes to 2, and so on. So we did that, and you do 5 rounds of that. So two shots in each station.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 2.
Yeah,
no,
you're right.
5 shots in each station, because 5x5 is 25 rounds. Sorry, it was $10 for 25 rounds. Sorry.
There we go.
So yeah, that's much better than $10 for 12 rounds. But anyways, so we did that, and so I shot 11 out of 26, and then 16 out of 25. Sorry, 11 out of 25, 16 out of 25. So yeah, I did improve. And the thing was, if I kept it slow and got my sight picture before I said pull, I was on it. I hit them every time, but I was rushing it, and I would say pull, not thinking that it was actually going to shoot it out, or that it was going to be a little bit delayed.
Basically.
No,
Yeah.
instantly, and then I'm putting my cheek on it and having to pull the trigger before it gets too far, before I lose it. So
Yeah.
Dude, I need to get me a bird gun, because the only thing I have right now is a Mossberg Tactical, and trying to shoot skeet with that is just a joke and a half. But a little fun, but yeah, it's not realistic,
It
right?
can be done, but yeah, right.
Not
yeah, if you
happening.
want to make it challenging, let's go.
Yeah, let's just use buckshot and a short barrel shotgun and get her done.
Hey,
Or
Ryan,
decent
if
slugs.
you want to be the best, you got to
Yeah.
train like the best.
This is true. This is absolutely true.
Train like you fight.
You gotta handicap yourself to get better.
Dude, so I'm not kidding. The one time, not just the one time, but one time I did go out shooting with a bunch of federal law enforcement officers. They handed me their 12-inch short barrel shotgun. I'm like, all right, cool. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go shoot skeet with this. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, there's buckshot in it. I'm just like, what are we doing right now? And of course, I hit like 1 out of 50. And they're just nailing them every other time. So it's possible.
Oh,
You just
nice.
got to get that practice down.
I was watching one guy, and I swear he would say pull, and that clay was like 10 feet out of the building that it came out of,
Mm-hmm.
and he already got it.
Dang.
Like instantly. As soon
Billy
as
the
the
Kid
clay
or
was out,
whatever.
boom. It was nuts. He's really good. He's really good. I think he got like 21 or 22 out of 25. Insane.
Yeah, that's up there, bro.
A+.
100% up there.
Apparently, he's the best in the region, and he was there.
Now you know what to strive for.
I got to witness a legend.
Got to witness legend, homie. For sure.
Local legends going down.
I don't remember his name, though.
That's what it comes down to. Like, yeah, I just knew a dude that was really good at shooting. Can't remember his name.
Nope. He had all the stuff. He had like a sheath right here to where you could put a shotgun in. He had the vest and everything. I was like, This is me. This is like when I go bowling. So I bring my own bowling ball bag. I have a backpack for my shoes and all sorts of other stuff for, my ball cleaner, my towels and everything. This guy's set up.
So you're the Big Lebowski of bowling, and he's like the Big
Mhm.
Lebowski of actually shooting some skeet.
Yeah. I was like, that's pretty cool, actually. Like,
You can't hate on someone that actually does whatever sport they do, who has passion for it, and they do it well. It's pretty hard to
Yes.
hate on that.
yes, you can't.
There's a lot of
There's
time
passion.
put into that, right? A lot of practice.
Yeah.
They didn't
100%.
just start it, you know.
Yeah, it's very demure, very mindful.
100%.
Those are
man,
the words.
100%.
Those are the words going around. But yeah, man. So you were saying, I think you're talking about shifts and whatnot and a crew. So tell us about the fire patrol.
Oh, just the last 10 years of my life, basically. Dude. So, trying to figure out where to start it, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What?
I can. So where it all stems back from, got a job at the state parks, California state parks. Only worked a couple, like 9 months there. Got slightly exposed to fire in that sense, and it's like, all right, maybe I want to start working for the feds and going down that side of things. Applied to a couple fire jobs. Also applied to a couple like wannabe law enforcement jobs where you're just that asshole out there like writing tickets for people that left their trash and stupid shit like that. Got hired for that job for the Forest Service, and happened to be living at a hotshot barracks just by complete happenstance. Wasn't an actual firefighter, didn't get hired as a firefighter or anything like that. And sitting there eating dinner, talking with one of the actual law enforcement officers, because I was just that dumbass that could write you parking tickets. And who walks by but the superintendent of the hotshot group. And he's like, "Hey, dude, you got a red card?" And I'm just like, "I don't even know what you're talking about. What's a red card?" He's like, "All right, we'll fix that." And go back into work. I think this is the next day or the day after. My supervisor's like, "Hey, we're sending you to fire academy." I was like, "Okay, all right, like that sounds cool. Let's do this." Like I was kind of going down a different path, but let's try this out.
Right.
You got fully bitten by the bug, right? Like just thrown into a world that I didn't even know existed, and it was one of those things that was awesome to me. I loved it. It was fun, and I ended up being. I was staying in the original position I had that was the asshole writing tickets, but what I was actually doing was being the district-wide scab. If a crew needed somebody to fill in their crew, I'd join it. If the engine, somebody called out on the engine, I'd go join the engine. If a patrol needed an extra body to work a 24-hour shift, we're like, all right, dude, come on in. So the first 2 years in fire were pretty non-traditional for me. Went through the fire school, got qualified, got the red card, got the certification as just a basic low-level ditch digging firefighter for wildland fire. A little bit different in structure, a lot different in structure, and when it comes down to it. And I was just kind of exposed to every aspect of wildland fire, from hand crews to engines to patrols, all that good stuff. And I really fell in love with patrol because I saw you could do, I don't want to say whatever you wanted, but anything that needed to be filled in, you could fill in, be that Swiss Army knife for the district, and actually provide a service that was pretty cool, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So worked down in Southern California for a couple years on it. And then I finally put in for an official patrol job rather than just being like the district scab that fills in on whatever. And I ended up getting hired in Arizona. And I go up there, and it was like a big wake up. It's like, oh man, yeah, you're no longer the guy that just fills in and like, you know, has to do whatever your boss tells you. You need to actually like think a little bit and figure some stuff out for yourself. At the same time, it allowed me to do the stuff like filling back in on the engine while still being an official patrol. I loved it. It is something I'm super passionate about, and I stuck with it. Moved around Arizona a bit, and probably should have stayed in Arizona for the entirety. But what ended up happening was I was offered a permanent position up in Idaho at a pretty good pay grade. And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, it's like, how the fuck do I turn down a position like this yeah, it's in Idaho. Yeah, it's gonna suck. So I took it, went up there, worked the last 3 years, and dude, it was awesome, to tell you the truth. Like,
Nice.
the amount of stuff I was exposed to, from helicopters to airplanes coming down, watching smoke jumpers jump out of airplanes and shit, and you're just like, dude, those guys are so
They
fucking
wear the masks. and
yeah,
stuff?
all the masks.
Nice.
They look like hockey
Oh
players
wow.
jumping out of airplanes, right? And that's some legit shit. Like, those guys are next level.
Yeah.
And dude, just 100% fell in love with it. It definitely takes a toll on your body, just like the military and shit, right? Like, you're doing absolute ridiculous stuff, like just camping out in the middle of the woods for a month, eating your guys' expired MREs and shit like that. From like 2009. But yeah, it was fun. Hopped around the country, and then ended up coming back to Flagstaff and thinking about getting back into city fire rather than wildland fire, because it's a little bit easier on your body. And you guys know, the older you get, the shittier it is.
What's sea fire?
City.
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 Yeah, like,
City. Oh, okay.
Red fire trucks rather than green fire trucks in the woods.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Just
So
go-
more structure.
More structure. Yeah, going back to
Okay.
structure. Exactly, dude.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you would be on assignment, right? Like, you're going, like, they need you in this area, they need you in this state. Sometimes, you know, you're not
Yeah.
always even in Idaho, right? Like, you're traveling, and
And
then you're living out on top of, you're sleeping on the hoods of trucks.
that's
Yeah,
the
you're
shit.
assisting guys in different states. You're assisting different crews in the same state. I bet
Yeah, that's the
on the move.
great thing about the feds and the shitty thing about the feds. Not a lot of people know about it, but if you're a federal government employee on the wildland side, you can be sent anywhere in the country or any of our territories. Like, not only that, dudes go to Canada, dudes go to Mexico, dudes go to Australia all the time, Guam, Puerto Rico, all that stuff. And it can literally be like, hey, you know, it's 8 a.m. By 4, you got to get on an airplane and go to Canada. Or it could be like 2 minutes, you got to be in the truck and you're headed to Montana from California.
For an undetermined amount of time, right? Until it's this.
Yeah, like at least 14 days, sometimes 21, sometimes 30. And just kind of snap a finger and it's like, okay, had family plans, you know, there's birthdays and weddings and all this cool stuff, but nope, that's what you got to do.
It is a sacrifice. Wow.
That good old Mando, dude, mandatory overtime. You just got to do it. Really have a choice, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was something else.
It sounds exciting.
It
challenging.
was definitely exciting. Definitely was.
Challenging, exciting, all of that gung ho.
Pushing all the limits.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, I definitely, like, honestly, like, push my own limits. Like, doing, you know, you hit your wall like 6 times in a day. Like, you're just up against a tree, pounding a Gatorade, eating some other person's banana. It's like, I just need to get up, and like somebody walks by you and they're like looking at you like, dude, you need to get your ass up the hill with another hose pack. Let's go. And you're just like, I don't want to, but okay. And so after doing that for basically the past 9 years, this is took a little break from it. So trying to figure life out. I have life figured out. Now I'm just in chill mode, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we all
say,
need that from time to time.
Dude, 100%. I tell people, it's funny. I'll meet people. I'm like, yeah, I just retired out of fire service, and they look at me like, dude, you're in your 30s. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking kidding. Like, I just taking a break from it right now.
Well, someone told me once, you know, you're a new model year, but you're high mileage, right?
You
put the miles in. You may look new, but there's miles under there.
Dude,
you're a work truck.
Dude, 100% just base model XL rubber floors, like getting it done, right? Somehow, like, you know, broken axles, repaired, duct tape and baling wire, but still running, right?
Yep. High idle hours, high mileage hours, everything.
So Ryan, he shouldn't even be able to be doing this. He had a terrible motorcycle accident when he was younger, and he's worked super hard on coming back from that. And to be able to be out there on the fire lane, hoofing up straight mountains, it's a remarkable thing. It's pretty impressive.
Awesome.
Yeah, dude. Like, so that was one thing I never told anyone in the first 8 years of fire. Like, I never told a soul. I was like, yeah, I got like a thoracic 4, 5, and 6 fused together. I got like radius ulnus fuse, leg fuse, all this stuff. Never mentioned it. Like just kept knocking it out, kept doing things. And I don't know if that was the best decision. But
Right.
just, got it done, regardless of how things were.
I mean, that's what keeps me going. I got injured in Iraq, and it seems like if I take a week off from working out, or if there's a week where I'm not exerting myself at work as much as I normally do, I'm more sore than if I were to actually be moving around and staying and pushing weight, working out or doing more manual labor.
It's interesting you bring that up, because the honest truth is, like, if I'm not constantly moving or working out, like you said, the most like pain and sorrow and shit I've ever been in is just like chilling, not doing shit, sitting on the couch, hanging out for like a straight week, just eating potato chips and steak. Like that's when life gets really shitty. But as soon as you actually like start working out a little bit, start running a little bit, like start hanging out with the boys and actually getting some of that adrenaline and dopamine in you, dude, it's so much better than just chilling. Like I think back on it, I'm like, yeah, joining the fire service probably wasn't the smartest thing in the world, but it might have just been what kept me actually alive and actually moving. So it's hard to like look back on it and say it was the wrong decision.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's keeping me from walking with a limp or,
you said you bought a cane at one point.
I was going to. So this was a year after I got out of the Army. I was being a piece of shit. The whole first year I was out of the Army. I was drinking every day.
Been there.
I was up until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning playing video games, barely attending classes because I was going to a community college at the time. I thought I was going to be an engineer of some sorts. Well, I didn't apply myself at all. And that was probably the worst year physically and mentally of my life.
Right.
I wasn't struggling all that much with money, even though I was spending way too much of it. But nonetheless, I was in the worst shape of my life. I was at like 225 pounds with no muscle. I wasn't even working out. And I was on Amazon looking up canes because I thought my left leg was starting to hurt every day. I was getting that sciatic pain all the way down it. Or that sciatica pain, that pinch, that nerve pinch. And so I was looking up canes with a whiskey flask in them, actually. So I was just going to make my problem even worse.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's something like if people realize anything, like motion, working out, like, or just motion in general, just basic things like that is a total life changer. And it's from just speaking to you and everyone else. If you don't constantly work on yourself to keep yourself better, you're going to fall down that rut of actually feeling like shit, and especially if you have an injury. But I know dudes that don't even have an injury that eat like crap, barely work out, just go do their 8 to 16:30 and clock out, come back, and then sit on the couch and Instagram reel the shit out of it up, and they hurt, right? Like, dude, once I realized that at least keeping active and keeping your body in somewhat physical condition, like that's what changes it. Like, dude, I'm 6'4". I'm a skinny ass motherfucker. Like, I'm half decent at running, but if I don't weight train, like I go to shit. Like, I know I'm never gonna get yoked, dude. Like, that's not gonna happen. But just basic weight training and basic resistance training, I don't want to say it's completely changed my life, but has made my pain levels like 1,000% go down, dude. It's weird what that can do to you. Just like doing natural stuff that releases natural chemicals in your brain. I don't want to say saved my life, but definitely made a huge change in my life for sure.
Right on.
Changes the course, right?
Yeah.
And today I was showing him my single leg pistol squat, right? And this guy with his long 6'4" leg did it.
Yeah.
He pulled it off.
I honestly, I was like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do a one leg squat. Like, let me just give this a shot. And I was just like,
And that shows the power of all the stuff he's done up until this point. You know,
Busted it
one
out.
day you just break through, right? And then you look back and like, wow, it was really worth it. Like, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, it's something I need to do because I've severely sprained both ankles multiple times throughout the course of my life, playing sports, working, whatnot. So ankle mobility isn't the greatest for me. Now I do squats just about every day, and that keeps them functional. But if I take a week off, man, both ankles are super stiff.
They start tightening up.
So that is something I need to start doing. Also, balance is always a good thing to have. And doing the pistol squats keeps your core tight and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, man. And it's the simple stuff. Like, you don't need to, like, if you're in a bad place and like you're just a normal 2024 human being sitting on a couch, you don't need to go out there and just absolutely start wrecking yourself every day. It can start super simple, dude. 20 air squats, 5 air squats, 5 push-ups. You can start real simple, man. Like, a couple years ago, I couldn't do one single pull-up. And you start doing pull-ups. Not that I'm fucking great at pull-ups now, but I can actually get some done. And it starts very slow and very simple. And like, people get discouraged, right? Oh, I can't do one modified push-up. Oh, I can't even run a mile at like a 15-minute pace. Like, dude, fuck the pace, fuck the numbers. Just go out there and do something. And it slowly, bit by bit, adds up. Like, I was talking to Corey today, like, dude, the first like 30 to 60 to 90 days of working out, even if you're going 3 to 4 times a week, you barely see any difference at all. But then as soon as you start hitting that 3, 4, 5, 6 month mark, you're like, damn, there's actually a difference. And it's big. Like, when this guy called me out on single leg squats, I was like, no way I'm gonna be able to do one. But like, I've been working legs for like the past 4 months, and also I'm like, holy shit, I can actually do a single leg squat. So it starts small. Like, people get discouraged super easy. Fuck it, dude. Fuck what anyone else thinks. Just start small.
Yeah, you're competing against yourself, not against anyone else. Someone else is. I'm at working out for 3.5 years now, right? So like, you're starting at 0. I started at 0. I started with some sand weights in the backyard, just going out there, doing 10, just over and over again. And that's what it takes. You know, you can't just jump into the Olympic pool and swim across it.
Right. And that's what I did after that year of eating like trash, drinking like trash, just, I don't know, being a trash bag, essentially.
Yeah.
But anyways, I decided to download P90X and do all that. And I was trying to do it 100% of what the guy was doing. That was my biggest mistake.
Yeah.
That was my biggest mistake. I should have done a quarter of what he was doing. And taken some breaks and slowly but surely done the P90X, the whole thing, the whole program once, but at like a quarter or half, and then do it again at like 75% of the reps and sets and all that fun stuff, and then do a full one. So you can do it. You can break it down in increments. You don't have to do the whole program to a T, just as long as you're moving forward and challenging yourself. Because if you make yourself too sore, that's discouraging. And you're like, I don't want to do it the next day because you can barely move.
100%,
so
dude.
That sucks a lot of motivation out of it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't get past that point of like, oh no, I want to start getting in shape. I want to start doing something. And they try something. It makes them feel like shit the next few, like for like 4 days after. It sucks, right?
Sometimes.
Dude, yeah. But we all know you can get past that point where it's nothing but like pure, like that painful pleasure, right? Where it's just absolutely amazing and you just want to get back to it.
Yeah.
So,
sometimes it's just that next day you get into it. The first couple sets are tough. Like, let's say your hamstrings and your quads are sore and you're like, well, I still want to squat today.
Yeah.
Well, get those squats, and that first set's probably going to be a little rough. Even
100%.
the warm up, even if you just do the bar, you're going to be a little sore. But stretch, get a couple lightweight sets in, and then do your normal sets. Get those in. You should be good to go.
Yep.
You
Yep.
get those muscles stretched back out.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not, you don't need to be like slamming creatine and everything like right off the bat. Like the reality is, if you've been sitting around or not living an active lifestyle for a while, it's just going to suck for a little bit for the few days after. But once you get over that hump, dude, it's awesome. You start realizing
your body's like, what's going on? We're doing something different today. This isn't the usual routine.
Yeah, dude.
Your body there's muscle memory, and your body is freaking out at the moment.
Yeah.
Everything else becomes a lot easier after.
100%, dude. 100%. And
but I know what you're saying, because when I was first doing those deadlifts, my forearms, they would burn for days afterwards, deep inside it. But eventually, like now, I haven't felt that in, I don't know, a year and a half or something.
Is that the behind the back deadlifts?
No, but I was telling Ball here about it, and he's gonna start doing those to improve his single leg squats.
Yeah,
it's awkward. It's awkward, but it's fun.
I like it. It feels good.
Yeah, I need to get past the Planet Fitness membership and actually get to a gym that doesn't have stupid machines.
There's no problem, right? That was my sand weight version, right? So your Planet Fitness is me in the backyard with the sand weights at 85 pounds, just doing squats over and over again. Because that's how delusional I was. I was like, yeah, I'm a big guy. I got strong legs. They weren't. They just simply weren't, And so I had to start at basics, start over.
That's very true.
And when you accept it and you just attack it, you start building it up. It's just...
Yep. And a lot of it comes down to that mental fortitude, just pushing past, like, this is going to suck. This might suck for a day. This might suck for a week. This might suck for 3 fucking months. But I'm just going to stick with it and keep trying and keep going. And you eventually get there, dude. Like, I hate talking. I seriously fucking hate talking about myself, right? Although some of the people that know me close might say different. Like, getting smoked by on a motorcycle and like basically dying and like living 5 to 7 years of your life of just like, fuck it, give me all the drugs you can fucking give me. Don't care. Just gonna lay in bed, ride unemployment, ride disability. Like, dude, you can, in this country, if you just want to be, a piece of shit and live off of the government, it's completely possible to do that, right? Yep. Even if you haven't had an injury. But there is so much more satisfaction in getting past whatever mental block you have, physical block, mental and physical block you have, and getting to the other side of that, dude.
True empowerment.
Dude, it's absolute true empowerment. Like, you feel absolutely fucking amazing, dude. And if my skinny ass can fucking do it, like, dude, anyone absolutely can do it. Like, I can't talk shit about any of the people I've worked with, but like, I'd see dudes show up to the fire service at like 18, 19, 20 years old that literally just look like they've been doing nothing but eating Cheetos and playing video games for the past 5 months. Barely pass our easy as shit pack test, which is only 45 pounds, 3 miles in 45 minutes. Like, that's all you have to do. Like, yeah, it's not the easiest thing in the world. It kind of sucks cardio wise, but dude, I see these guys struggling and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with your life, dude? You need to level the fuck up. And I definitely seen a lot of those dudes push through and get to the other side and become awesome men. And I've also seen some of them just be like, I can pass the pack test in 44 minutes and 53 seconds. You know, that's all I need, right? That's all I need to do. But dude, there's so much, you can't leave that much on the table, dude. You actually have to get something done. And it feels so much better to actually do it. Like, you can hold your head up high and just be like, yep, I'm not better than anyone, but I feel better about myself than yesterday. That's kind of what it is.
That's the test, right? Yeah.
Dude, that truly is test.
Yeah, you're not the person lagging behind when you actually have to do the hard work. You're not the one at the bottom of the hill when everybody else is up there going, hey, we need this equipment up here.
Yeah.
That you're bringing up. We need that up here right now. Why aren't you up here? Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
Nope. And I can remember to the day, I could tell you when, where, and who was looking at me my first year in fire when that actually happened to me. And dude, I remember going home that night and I was like, I can't let this shit happen again, dude. Like, I can't let a captain like be doing this to me from like 500 yards away. Like I fucking see you behind that tree chugging Gatorade, trying to get your ass fucking outside and get going. Like, no, I can't be that guy again. Like,
right.
Most real men get it, but some people don't. And like, it doesn't even depend on generation. Like, we all like to talk shit about the generation under us, but dude,
right.
I've seen guys above me just be like, fuck it, don't care. Gonna do what I'm gonna do, dude. And yeah, just putting some effort in, getting past that mental block and getting over that physical hurt. It doesn't take very long in the bigger picture of things of your entire life. And it's well worth it to anyone out there listening. I'd highly suggest it. Dude, I'm a dude with more metal in me than most people ever have. Like, go through airport metal detectors and they look at the fancy ass scanners now that don't cause cancer, and they're just like, dudes look at me like, holy shit almighty. I'm just like, yeah, just let me through, bro. Just let me through.
Yeah.
We got
RoboCop.
If you want to use that wand on me, bro, it's gonna be beeping all day.
We got RoboCop walking through.
Pretty much, dude. 100%.
Just need that cool Star Wars Darth Vader mask. And
Yeah, I thought about it a few times, but dude, yeah, fucking with airport security isn't the best. When I was visiting this dude, I got bit in the eyeball in Maine, had to fly through back Boston Logan, and I didn't want to take my glasses or hat off, and got pulled into one of those deep dark rooms just for fucking with them. But that's a whole different story.
This is the HIPAA violation. You can't take these off.
Yeah.
I would love to pull out my disabled parking placard like as I'm walking.
Yes.
Go, dude.
Yes.
Send me through the special line.
I can't see out of this eyeball.
Dude.
It's good for depth perception right now that they're both dark.
100%.
Walking around looking like a pirate.
Yeah, no shit almighty. Yeah, there's definitely been some pirate days in my life, no doubt, man. Pirate days.
Going back to being a mooch off of welfare and whatnot, I was actually working at a site that was right across the street from Social Security.
Yeah.
And every person that walked out was under the age of 50, and they were not in good health conditions. Let's just put it at that. You're a bit round. And I just got to thinking about that's what we've become. Like every person that walked out of there, there's like 10 to 15 people that walked out of there. And maybe there was one person that was, 70 or 80 that walked in there, but the rest of everybody that walked in and out, I can't believe it.
Dude, so I remember the first day I went into Social Security disability insurance, which is the same it's the same fucking office. It's two different things, right? I remember going in there and being wheeled in with a wheelchair and, leg braces, arm braces, back braces, and looking around at people that had, they sprained their ankle, but they've been wearing the same brace for 2 years. It's all dirty, dusty. They're just out of shape shit. Like, and they're just filling out paperwork, like 10 out of 10 pain, 10 out of 10 pain every day, and all this shit. And I could have taken that ride, and I went in for my first re-eval, and I was just completely honest with them. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm in pain, but like I can do some shit. And the doctor was like somewhat legitimate with me. He's like, dude, you're like 24 years old at this point. You need to do something with your life. And it's just like, okay, I'm not ready to hear that, but I will eventually take your advice at some point.
Yeah, but that was the kick in the ass.
It was.
That you needed.
It was the kick in the ass that I needed. And then after that, every time I went back to that fucking office, dude, I saw nothing but exactly what you saw. People completely abusing the system, and it infuriated the shit out of me, bro. And so when I was on SSDI, I was also on food stamps. And I remember getting audited for food stamps while I was on SSDI. And like, this was just within the first 2.5 years of my accident. And I was just like, no fucking way. The people I see abusing this system that have been on it for like a decade, and your assholes are auditing me. Like, fuck audit away, right? And of course, it didn't go anywhere. But like, I saw how screwed up the system was, man. And it's just like,
something similar happened to me when I moved to Arizona, because I was already on food stamps from being homeless in California. And I came to Arizona and I went down to the building. And I remember walking up to go transfer it, right, to go sign up. And I got up and I saw through all the windows, and I stopped, and I said, I'm better than this. There's no knock on the people in there, but I'm better than this.
Yeah.
I can feed myself.
Right.
I'm 23 or whatever it was.
Oh.
I can't be doing this now. And I turned and walked away, and there was no better feeling starting my truck and driving off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was the empowerment. That was the start of changing the direction of my life, right? That was my course correction, was taking control and responsibility that I'm required to feed myself.
Right.
Yep. 100%.
And it takes yourself to decide this, because no one else was going to decide it. Because I could have gone in there and just signed up and then got it, right? Like,
Right.
but it has to be interpersonal. It has to come from the heart. You have to decide.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you could have, because you ended up moving in with me, you could have just been a mooch and just lived with me, and I probably would have been okay with it for 6 months or so, and then probably would have resented you afterwards. But
No shit.
nonetheless, you could have gotten away with like 6 months of me being nice, paying for your rent and all that stuff, and you living with me, eating my food. But you didn't do that.
Yep.
You came by, you pulled your weight, you paid for your portion of the rent, you did all the things that I was like, for the first couple months, don't even worry about it. Just get back on your feet, save some money. That's all I want for you. And plus, I get to see you every day. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was good for me. That was good for you, mentally, physically, all of that fun
It
stuff.
saved my life, because I remember telling Ryan just last night that I called you and I was like, Scott, I know you've been telling me to move out there. You're like, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you go, okay. And then
Okay, so I didn't even clear this with my girlfriend at the time. I didn't even tell her this. He just shows up that day. He comes in off of the Greyhound bus, and he just shows up. And I was like, oh hey, Corey's gonna be living in that spare bedroom, and so we had to clear out the spare bedroom so that we could put a bed in there and everything, and that would be his room.
I am forever grateful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. That's what bros are for, right? That's legit.
Yeah, dude. I loved it. And also that was just that was the cherry on top to get her to move out. So it was awesome.
Corey saw everything. He's just like, all right, I'm pulling a grenade in this thing. Let's see what survives.
Yeah. So I can't appreciate it anymore, Corey.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm a different person
we
now.
both needed each other at that time.
I'm a different person now because of it.
Dude, it's weird where life goes, right? Like all the twists and turns it takes, and like at the time you're like, dude, this is total clusterfuck. But then you look back on it 5 years later, and you're like, whoa, that was the right decision. I thought it was the wrong decision. 100%.
Yeah, we ended up getting this really cool apartment like a month later, because the lease was coming up and we were gonna move. So she left, and I didn't have to worry about asking her where she wanted to live. So it was just like, Corey, where do you want to live? We can go anywhere in Tucson.
Yeah, found a cool place. Met some cool neighbors down there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a good year.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Too many people get stuck in like their rut of shit, and they're just like, all right, this is my rut of shit. I got to figure out how to eat it right. But every once in a while, you definitely got to make a big move and just let it happen. See where the cards fucking fall, right?
Yeah. And if you do have a friend that's giving you a hand, don't take advantage of it, but take advantage of it, right?
Dude, well said.
Use it. Well,
grab their hand. Let them help you as far as they're willing to help you, right? As far as they're willing to go. Don't take advantage of them. Don't take them for granted, but allow them to help you, whether it's a couple bucks here or there, mentally, going to the gym with them. There's so many different routes.
Well, yeah, because a lot of it was like I was there at the house, right? So I would be cleaning. I would do the dishes or not. Do something. There's plenty of things you can do that don't involve money that can make things better for both people when you're in a scenario where you have no direction, right? But you have to keep doing something. You can't just sit there on the couch all day.
No, exactly, man. Just keep making decisions, keep doing things, keep trying to do positive things. That's what will
Got to
change
come
your
up
life.
with some type of solutions.
Yep, absolutely. You've got to be. You can't be that leech. You got to be able to attach yourself positively to somebody that's helping you out. You got to be able to add something to the cause, even if it's not money or whatever it is.
Dude, that's what it comes down to, right? Like
Right.
community, friendships, relationships, taking advantage of those community friendships and relationships, but not abusing them. Like using them to their fullest extent, and hopefully as much, if not more, than they gave you, giving that stuff back, dude.
Right.
It took me way too long to figure that shit out. But as soon as you do, you're like, dude, that is the biggest resource in life is other human beings. And using them and giving back to them. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. And like I said, if somebody's helping you out, then later on you can help somebody else out. And then it just trickles. And whether or not it's karma or just being in good standing with God, however you look at it, it should come back to you. If you do a good deed, it'll come back to you. You just might have to be a little patient.
Very patient. And 100%. You got to be patient because sometimes it takes years, right? Absolutely. And the one thing I've learned is what you put in this world, you definitely get back. I think a lot of people know that, and you can all agree. And I also look at the people that have like tried to put other people down and do negative things to them. Dude, I'm just like, shit's going to come full circle on you real fucking quick at some point. Like, I don't know why
you're a tsunami.
Like a tsunami, dude. I don't know why you're trying to like negatively affect me or why I'm watching you negatively affect another person. I don't even know why you're doing that. Like trying to ruin their personal relationships, their careers, their interpersonal relationships. Like some people are just out there to absolutely destroy you, right? Or not only you, but just like themselves and the world in the long run. That shit just does not work, man. Like I could tell you not 1,000. I got a couple good ones, but like,
well, they're just gonna those people that. So once you take advantage of somebody and burn that bridge, and then you go and try and trust somebody that's giving you a hand, they'll end up taking advantage of you. Or if you are trying, it always comes back.
Yep,
because
100%.
Or you end up becoming severely paranoid and thinking that everybody's trying to screw you because you screw other people over.
Dude, then you have no connections now.
Yep. And dude, there's so many ways to slip into that like paranoia, screw everybody phase. Like everyone's against me, right? Like you can screw a bunch of people, you can not screw a bunch of people and just be in your own head and screwing yourself over. But the reality is, like, dude, life's all about connections with other people. And you can try as hard as you want in your professional career, but if you don't make those connections with people, you're donezo. And that's just your professional career. If we're talking about your personal life and your family life and those relationships, oh, dude, that stuff happens so much more quickly. Hopefully it's more forgiving with your family and stuff like that. But oh, dude, when it comes down to it, just back your people, just be there for them. That's what it comes down to. It'll come back to you in the best of ways.
Yeah, it's setting that pride aside.
Yep.
It's setting that pride aside, being able to ask dumb questions if you don't know something. Or somebody's asking you a dumb question. You don't just go, I can't believe you didn't know this already. Being able to help them, give them a hand, be like, okay, well, this is a dumb question, but if you just go on your computer, look at the manual for this certain task, it's right there. All you got to do is spend 5 seconds to look at the computer. It's right there in front of you. So in advance, look at that before you call me or before you call somebody else, because
turn it into a coaching moment.
You're not going to progress if you don't actually do the stuff yourself.
Yep.
And that's another thing, showing up for yourself. You show up for other people. But people have a hard time showing up for themselves, waking up early to get the workout in, or being to work 15 minutes.
Just being on work on time.
Being to work on time is fine with me because it is for me, but it's also for other people because I have customers that expect me there at a certain time. So I don't want to waste their time.
Yeah.
Or it makes my company look bad. So I don't like to be late. Sometimes traffic decides otherwise, but I always call and let the customer know ahead. But showing up for yourself, working out after work, even though you are tired. And so getting it done, getting that extra mile in.
Dude, doing it hurt and doing it tired will absolutely change your life. Like there's a huge difference between being hurt and being injured. Like if you're injured, sure, dude. If you got to rest up and you're actually injured and you got broken bones or pulled muscles or ligaments, sure, do that. But dude, if you're just hurting and you're just tired, you better get your ass out there and do whatever it is that you planned on doing. Like that'll change your life.
Keep the commitments to yourself that you've already made, right?
100%.
Yeah. Are you able to stand and walk across the room, go to the fridge? If you can do that, you can get in the car and go to the gym.
You certainly can. And even if you go to the gym, like my dumbass quit caffeine and nicotine on the same day for about like 12 to 14 days. Going to the gym for that 2 weeks was not fun. Not fun at all. Like, you know.
But it makes all things easier now, though, right?
Oh, dude, yeah. Well, certainly since I'm back on caffeine. But, dude, yeah. Even when I was taking those 2 weeks off, like, just getting that 45 minutes in, or the 20 minutes in, like, all right, I at least did that. The rest of the day is going to be a little bit easier. Yeah, I sucked ass in the gym, but you know what? I went and I tried.
Still did the movements.
I actually tried.
Yeah, but that's like we were talking about before we started recording. That's like handicapping yourself.
It is, dude.
It's like handicapping yourself, and you feel like you're only going at 75%, strength or endurance or whatever you want to say, 75% effort. But that's 75% more effort than if you were to stay at home, sit on the couch and watch TV or play video games. That's 75 extra out the door.
Yep.
So,
it's 75% more than you would have done just sitting on your ass and being miserable. Yeah, being zero. Literally just being miserable, dude.
Yeah, so instead of guzzling calories when you get home, drinking 6-7 beers or whatever before you go to sleep, or eating those Cheetos that you were talking about, maybe a slice of pie, whatever, before you go to sleep.
A literal half gallon of ice cream, just like, fuck it, Tillamook mudslide. This is what I love,
So I actually did that when I moved to Maine. I was I lived in the same house basically my whole life. Friend structure was gone, and I did that. I did crawl into just eating ice cream and stuff, and it changed my body type. Up until just recently did I regain it, because I used to have an 8-pack, and I would tell Brooke, "Oh, I had an 8-pack." She never believed me until she saw it again.
I still don't believe it. I don't want to see it. No, just fuck up.
And so
let's see it. Show me your belly button.
If you don't keep up with what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
It will disappear easily.
Yeah.
And it takes years to get it back. So once you get it back, don't lose it. Just maintain it now. Like, you've put in the work. You don't have to do the 1.5, 2-3 hour workouts. Once you do the work for a while, you can go in for 30 minutes, 45 minutes and maintain
That's actually an optimal time to work out. That's actually an optimal time to work out is 45 minutes.
Dude.
Well, is it a real 45 minutes? Because I see some people and they do 3 sets when I've done 8.
Well, it's a real So you gotta limit your breaks, your rest periods to 1 to 2 minutes. You can't do 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
if you're doing it for strength, it's going to be an hour and a half, no doubt. If you're trying to push, like, let's say squats, if you're trying to go for close to max, or
you do
5
need some recuperation because you're winded.
Yeah.
Big muscle.
3 to 4 minutes rest is probably optimal. And that's going to take you into an hour and a half sometimes.
Dude, yeah.
Depending on how long your workout list is.
That's a really good point, because, like, I've gone in the gym and smashed the shit out of myself for 3 hours. You do free weights, you go do core, then you do stair climber or cardio. It's like, yeah, I just did 3 hours of fucking destroying my body, but it feels so good for about 5 minutes. And then the rest of the day, you're just like, that wasn't a good decision. I probably should have kept it to under an hour. So, yeah.
Yeah, but it
45
probably helped you mentally being in there. That was your happy
Right?
place.
There's
So
both aspects here.
you're in there for 3 hours for a reason. So you gotta think of it as therapy.
Right.
Dude. The gym is absolutely just
Iron
as
therapy.
Much, as much mental therapy as it is physical therapy. Like there's a big aspect to that, dude. Those 3 hour days are far more mental therapy than physical therapy, without a doubt, dude.
Yep. So I was going through my hardest year besides that one out of the Army. That was just me doing nonsense, but financially, my hardest year was the first year that I moved out to Maryland. So I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have internet. I was using the Wi-Fi on my phone or hotspot on my phone for Hulu, Netflix, and I was burning it up in 5 days. So I would have to wait till 9:30 to have actual access to the internet on my phone. So I was doing all that, but I was dedicated to the gym. I was dedicated to chicken and rice for that whole year. Man, I got in terrific shape. Oh, yeah. And it's like, man, once you humble yourself, or once you get humbled, I was forced to be humbled.
Dude, I feel guys like us, you're forced, bro. There's no other way.
Yeah, I was forced to be humble because living in Maryland is a lot more expensive. Now, I was making a decent amount, so that wasn't that bad. Plus, I was getting my disability from the VA, so that helped a little bit too. So, but the disability from the VA that's what kept me from being homeless, essentially.
Sure.
But I mean, if you don't have that, I could have worked a second job, but right then I was making enough to get by and not stress myself and not being able to go to work without being exhausted. So, but I was spending 2 to 3 hours in the gym, doing the stair climber, doing free weights. Man, I was in there every day, right after work, getting it done.
Hell yeah, dude. And it's just as much mental therapy as it is physical. And sometimes you just need to get that shit done and do it, dude. There's periods in your life where you're just like, all right, like this is what I need to do to make myself better. Hopefully you have the right conditions to get it done. Because the honest truth is, like, sure, I've been working out for like the past 8 years, not consistently. But until you hit that point where either you humble yourself or, like you said, you get humbled, dude, it's hard to actually stay on track until you hit that point where you're like, all right, this is what I actually need to do to make the life that I want to live. It takes something, whether it's within you or an outside force. It definitely takes
Right. And I feel like it was a big distraction from what I was going through. Yeah. From being like barely making it, from being poor. Just being in the gym, it was a place where I wasn't spending any more money than I had to because I've already paid for the membership. So me being in there it was free workouts essentially at that point. Yep. So, the old Army saying, PT is free, physical training is free. Whether or not you go run or do this, that, exhausting yourself. I already paid for the membership, which was like $10 to $25 a month, something like that. That's nothing to improve yourself.
Yeah.
That's literally nothing.
Yeah.
It's literally nothing.
If I could give any advice to any dude between 18 and 25, find a career that pays you to work out. Like at least from that 18 to 25 year range, like find something that at least gives you an hour a day. Like whether it's a corporate job that gives you a wellness plan and allows you to go to a gym for the first hour of your shift, dude, take full advantage of that shit. That will definitely change your life and set you up for the next like 60 to 70 years to actually get things done and feel good about yourself. Because without physical stuff, like we're talking about in the beginning of this thing, like, dude, you're just going to get locked into something where your body withers away. You might have a legit job that you're happy about with your mind, but until you have your body put together, it's not a whole picture, dude. It definitely is
Right.
not.
Yeah, or find a job to where you have those, lack of a better term, those alpha men that are putting their body through rigorous workouts, or whether or not it's the job that puts them through that rigorous workout.
Yeah,
throughout
bro.
the day. And
100%.
you know,
We are built for it.
We are.
surround yourself with company that improves you, right?
Mhm.
That takes you to the next level.
100%.
Well, yeah, because
So-
when I first moved to Arizona, this was like one of the first things we did was start going to the gym. And I hadn't gone to the gym for like a year and a half. I was mangy basically at that point. I had been doing drugs. I had been in a very bad place, and that was like what kind of really like yanked me out of the water was just going to the gym, hitting the treadmill, just doing some basic movements.
Yep.
And just being
he was
somewhat consistent.
Corey was catching up to me on bench press too, and I was like, "What?
I was getting nervous.
Been doing this for like 3 years consistently. How are you already up to 200 pounds?"
It's because I had Mr. Furdette, and he told me, what is the biggest animal in the jungle? The gorilla. And so I started bench pressing. So in 10th grade, here I am doing 265, and I wasn't even in a sport.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It took him like a month.
I can't
It
help
took him like a month to catch up to me, and I was like, "What is this?" Like, I was already really good at squats and whatnot and doing all that fun stuff, but the bench press, that's always been my downfall.
Yeah. Maybe I
But
should
yeah,
just really
Corey,
do
like a month later, he's like, "Oh, don't worry about this."
I can't go hard. I need to reserve some.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
next year, do you're the bench.
All right, dude. If
That's
you're not
this
benching
year.
like 350 by next year, I'm gonna start talking
Oh,
shit.
next year. No
You-
problem.
Bro, you got 3 months. To
I
get
got
this
3
done.
weeks. I'll do that.
Oh, that's right. Next year is 3 months away.
That's a trip, don't
Oh, crap.
Dude, don't even, yeah.
I know. This year went by
Oh, next year at
fast.
this time.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
Hey.
Ugh.
So we
I
have
know,
some.
I just turned 37, so I feel like the Earth is spinning faster than I want it to.
We're gonna show Ryan this. I don't know if he's seen this,
I
but
haven't seen shit,
this
but
was aired in.
Oh yeah,
another
we can start sharing pictures.
This was aired in another episode. I made this up. This is great.
God, I shouldn't have just thrown.
We're live, trying to see if Corey can reenact it. Fuck yeah. Devastation.
Oh, dude.
Yes, that is the place we nickname Freedom Land because it's the one place where you can actually legally go shoot your guns without any issues.
Yeah, in
Nice.
California of all places, like you can literally do
Right.
whatever you want and get stopped by the game wardens.
Responsibly.
Yeah, responsibly.
Uh-huh.
Get stopped by the game wardens. Tell them what's going on. Like, yeah, I got loaded guns in my truck, and they're just like, "Okay,
Don't hit the pavement.
Don't hit the pavement. Can I check your cooler? Okay, you don't have anything in there. All right, cool. I just as soon as you get to the pavement, unload that shit." You're just like, "All right, roger that. I'll be on track by the pavement. Yes, sir." Like,
That was a true story. Yes, two.
Dude.
I don't even know who they were. They were forest people, and they stopped us and they asked those questions, and they were like, "All right, just once you hit the pavement, stay legal, right?"
Dude,
So
we had
Yeah.
in California. We had a loaded shotgun chambered inside the cab of the truck, and a chambered 22 in the back, or vice versa, one of those two, right? Like chambered fucking firearms, and they were just like, "All
As they
right,"
should do.
and like they saw our trash can. We picked up our shells. We were responsible. We didn't have
Yeah.
anything poached, and they're just like, "All right, dude, have a nice day." And we're like, "Yes, sir."
yeah, it's just a testament to stay responsible while you're out there. Pick up your trash and just don't leave
Yeah.
a mess.
Yeah, just don't be a
It's an
douchebag.
oasis. It's an oasis.
It was,
Yeah.
and hopefully it still is. I haven't been back there in 10 years, but fuck
Mhm.
California. But hopefully that place is still Freedom Land. That's what I hope.
Freedom land.
That's what I
Yeah,
hope.
plant-
And-
You gotta plant your flag.
yeah, it's got to plant, dude.
Yeah, we'll take adverse possession.
Dude,
I have a friend who's all about it.
dude. If I see people there doing messed up stuff, like I might be that 50-year-old dude that like just slaps the shit out of some 16-year-old kid that's doing
Mhm.
something
Well,
different.
we've had some 50-year-olds chase us down in the streets, so
No,
sometimes it's necessary.
No,
Right.
every once in a while, it's necessary to get slapped by the older generation. They have more wisdom, more experience.
I've been there. I've been that youngin' at the range where a guy came up to me and went, "All right, don't do that anymore."
Yep. That was dumb. That was really dumb.
Remember the whole time period of the blood capsules?
Oh my word!
So we used to pick a person out of our group, and they would be the person we're going to beat up, and we're going to put blood capsules in their mouth. And so we'd fake jump someone, and then they'd be bleeding all over the place.
Dude,
And we've had people chase us
explains a
down
lot in
for like a
basic
quarter
training.
mile trying to catch us, and we're like, "It's a joke, it's a joke," and he's like, "I don't care."
Yeah, it's like you just destroyed a kid. And like I gotta say, there was also one time we were doing that on the main drag of our city, like on the, I'm not gonna say the street name, but the
Big
main
cross streets, yeah.
the main cross streets.
I know what you're gonna say.
And there was I don't know why we did it. We decided to pull the trigger on pulling the blood capsule, beating the crap out of each other. There was a deputy sheriff sitting at the light,
watching
and
it all go down.
watching this go down, dude. And I was like, oh God, the time of this. He just pulls forward super casually, gets out of his car, and we're just like, oh, we're done for. But dude, he was the coolest deputy sheriff like I had ever interacted with. He just got his car, like, yo, boys, does this seem like a good idea right now? It's like, no, sir, we really messed up. We're sorry. He's like, yeah, you might not want to be doing this here now in the way you're doing it. So just skedaddle. And like, it was one of those law enforcement interactions where you're just like, we need more police like this and more deputy sheriffs like this, dude. Dude, I remember that and I will never forget it. For sure. God,
Might have been the last time, honestly.
It is probably the last time.
Like, hey, what are we doing out here? Why are we big beating each other up? I don't know.
This is reckless.
Yeah, it could have been the last time we actually did that. It might have been. My memory's too phasey from far too many stupid nights, but
it's like, well, you know him? Yeah.
Well, that explains what we did in AIT. So we when we were at advanced training in Maryland, right? We'd get in like a huddle, and then we just start pointing at the ground, going, "Oh my God, oh my God." And then the drill sergeant would run up going, "Guys, get out of there. Get out of there. What is it? What is it?" And then we'd all back away and then walk our separate ways. And he's like, "Wait, what are you guys clamoring
There was
about?"
nothing there.
Yeah. They're like, be careful. What is it? They thought he thought it was a snake or a spider or
Who
something
knows?
that we were all huddled
UXO.
around.
You guys
That
ever
explains
get
a lot.
Did you guys ever get smoked on the deck for that shit?
Yeah, go do a police call now.
Yeah. I don't remember that specifically, but yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, push-ups was a thing, and wall squats was a thing.
I bet.
Or wall
Squat master.
wall squats.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
just get done. Absolutely.
Or buddy wall squats, where you got to go back to back with somebody and sit like you're in a chair.
Wall squatting with each other, 2-man wall squat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'd be there for like 20 minutes, and eventually the drill
awful.
sergeant got bored and tired, and then angry because we're laughing and we're telling jokes, and we're starting to laugh. We're like, we love it. We love the pain. And
Yeah. Let's do more.
Or they would have us hold our rifles, right? And we'd be holding them, and some people would be like, "Oh," crying, and I would be like laughing manically, like, "Let's keep going."
Oh man,
Drill sergeant, one more minute, please.
You gotta have that
Let's
positive
do this
attitude
every
in that
day.
moment, even though it hurt. My shot, it wasn't enjoyable in the least. I wanted to stop, but like, how are you going to end it? You know, get through it, I guess.
Oh yeah, the more you cry, the more they want to do it. They feel like they're breaking you at that point. They feel like they're breaking you. But once you pass that mental barrier, you're like, no, I kind of want to mess with them back. But do it in a tactful way, like, I love this. This is the best thing ever. I'm glad I'm doing some exercise today. I thought I was just going to be sitting around on my butt. And drill sergeant's like, oh.
Got some special people here. We're going to send you to poke.
Yeah, exactly. Send you to the butthole of the army.
Oh, dude, you
swampy. Swampy butthole,
dude.
Let's see here.
And which one are you gonna do? I just threw you a bunch of random stuff, and half of them shouldn't even been. Oh,
What is this?
So
Oh, that's
that
cool.
is Blue Ridge Hot Shots. They're a bunch of badasses. Never rolled with them. Never on the crew. But Coconino National Forest, Blue Ridge Hot Shots. Those dudes have so much elk around them to where my guess is that's a full arch at this point, like of just nothing but elk sheds. And I think the word was if you were on a crew PT hike and you found a shed, that ain't going home with you. That's going on the crew deck. And actually, we're gonna make a full rainbow of that. So props to those dudes, dude. Hot Shots or something else, not even close to Hot Shot, but yeah, legit dudes.
And that one in the middle, that is a huge rack.
Dude, right?
Those things are long.
Dude, a full deadhead, dude. A full deadhead.
Right.
1, 2,
Yeah, man.
3, 4, 5 point, 10-pointer.
Dude, it was up there. It was definitely up there. And that Northern Arizona, I gotta say, has some of the best elk in the world. Been to Utah, been to Idaho, Oregon, Washington. Like there's elk out there, moose out there, but Northern Arizona, holy shit, is there a lot of elk out there?
I got aunts and uncles that hunt up there.
Dude, come and hunt, dude. Wherever you are in the country, come to Northern Arizona and hunt. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, he's been talking about trying to get an elk tag, and I was telling him about Zibs, and he went on that veterans hunt, and he got that giant.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
nice.
Like he's saying, they're out there.
They're out there, dude. Next year, I'm definitely putting in for the draw. Definitely putting in.
That's awesome.
Let's see. We have, it looks like.
Oh, me when I was young, dude.
With your Hank,
with
right?
my Hank, bro. My awesome, badass dog that would fuck your day up if you did anything close to me. Yeah, dude.
Where's that? Grand Canyon?
Yeah, it's Grand Canyon on the North Rim. North Rim of the Grand
Canyon.
Oh,
nice.
The best rim. Like, South Rim is cool, but North Rim, that's where nobody goes. And you can camp. You can camp right there where I'm standing for free. You don't have to go through a national park gate. You don't have to go through any of that stuff. You don't have to pay shit. You can just camp right there, do whatever you want.
I know where I'm going.
You can light fireworks off. You can shoot guns in that wall behind me. You have a legit backstop as long as you know there's no one back there. Like, dude, North Rim of Grand Canyon. That was like, I want to say at least 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah, that's one of my favorite pictures because Hank's a badass. What else we got? Oh, dude, shit, this is in Zion on Angel's Landing. I took a road trip all through Southwest and stuff and went up to Zion and hiked Angel's Landing without a permit because I just said, fuck the government. I don't need a permit to go hike on my public lands. And went and did it, dude.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Here's a good one.
Shit, fuck that photo, dude. Okay.
Oh, this is the story one.
That story photo,
okay.
Bro. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god, fuck that photo. Okay, so this is my first fire assignment. This isn't my first fire, but this is like my legit first 14-day fire assignment. Like, we show up to briefing wherever it was, like down in the city behind us at like 4 a.m. Get all the way up there, and it's a fairly dead fire at this point, right? And my captain's just like, Joe, get all gear on right now. I'm like, sir, yes, sir. I'm a rookie. I don't know what to do. What other than you say? And I start throwing on my gear, but like, no one else is getting ready. Now I'm watching all these other rigs like back in, like hot shot buggies, like Type 2 IA crews, engines, water tenders, like the freaking retarding guys for the helicopter are there. There's like 150 people showing up at this point, and I'm like getting my gear on. All right, go stand over there. Okay, put your gloves on. Okay, there's no fire, but I'll put my gloves on. Like the fire's like way down there. Copy. It's all right. Now give us a thumbs up and smile. I was okay. And literally right when I do that, all the phones come out and just click. There's like 150 dudes in the whole division just cracking up looking at this rookie being a dumbass. Dude, I was just like, I can't believe I just did everything my captain told me to do, but that's what I'm supposed to do, so I'm gonna do it.
Right.
Like, I felt like the biggest idiot in the world, but I'm so glad that photo exists, dude. Like, yeah, that's an just put that thing up on the screen, bro.
Yeah,
like
I love it.
I was the only one in full yellow, full helmet, full gloves, with the tool in his hand in the backpack, out of like 150 people. So yeah, everyone's just looking at me laughing their ass off, dude. But
let's look at the new guy.
Yeah, 100%. And then I learned on that one. if you're the new guy and you're taking lunch, your ass better be standing and not leaning against anything or even leaning against a tire sitting down, because like someone's gonna come up and kick you in the boot and be like, get your ass up and get shit done.
Eat quick.
Yeah, eat quick, dude. Eat quick, be fast, and do something for somebody else.
Yep.
What you got next, dude? Oh, dude, that one. So that was my like second or third year on the Angeles. This one has a really weird story to it, because I was driving down the Angeles Crest Highway, saw my homie in a turnout who also worked for the agency, and I was just like, dude, what's up? And, you know, peace out. Like 3 seconds later, I hear him call out emergency medical traffic, like rollover, person ejected from a vehicle. And I'm just like, Terry, like, I just saw you 3 seconds ago. What are you talking about, dude? Like, flip a bitch, full U-turn, get back up there. And I basically walk up to that before any of the red trucks are there. And I'm like the first dude on scene, like second year, third year, looking at people ejected from vehicles, just like, I don't even have a trauma kit with me. Like, I might have some 4x4s and some Z-fold. Like, I just don't know what to do. And there's bodies ejected everywhere. Like, that was one of those huge wake ups to be like, even though you think everything's cool and you just say what's up to your homie, like 3 seconds later, the world can completely change into catastrophe and you actually have to do something. And it was just me and Terry on scene for like 45 minutes by ourselves, having to like triage these people with like nothing.
Jeez.
We found a pair of like, we had latex gloves and literally Z-Gauze, but like there's not much you can do for people ejected out of vehicles with basic medical shit. And that was one of those things that changed my life. Didn't change my life, but changed my preparedness at work of like, okay, hey, I'm going to go to my soup and be like, dude, I need a trauma kit. And he's going to look at me like, why do you need a trauma kit while you're patrolling by yourself? And I'm like, this is why, because I just saw this yesterday. And he's like, okay, copy that. All right, we'll get you a trauma. So yeah, that was one of those days that's like, always be prepared for anything, no matter what. And dude, to this day, I'm that weird dude that carries a backpack around with the trauma kit. And I'm like, if we're just going to Albertsons or something. So yeah, that was one of those weird days.
Yeah, my brother actually bought me a small medical kit for my birthday.
Heck yeah, man.
So I'm going to put that in it's going to eventually get put in the truck.
Dude, stuff as simple as tourniquets, Israeli bandages, even, God, they're not C-collars, but they're those splints, foldable splints that you can use for like anywhere on the body, stuff like that. Just having a pulse oximeter or a stethoscope on you to see if the person's still breathing, like basic stuff, dude, can completely change the entire day.
Right. Yeah. And you never know when you never know when you can be that person that
you can never predict it.
You never know when you're going to be that person. That day, I did not think I was going to be that person. Like, I was cruising down the crest and I was like, all right, dude, I can't even remember what I was doing that day, but that was the last thing I was prepared for. And it taught me, dude, always be prepared. Always. Right.
Well, yeah, and something similar happened to me. We were on the freeway, right? And it was like 3 cars ahead of us. And they ran into something. And I was like, dang, bro, I'm not ready for it. Like, luckily someone ran up and they must have been a doctor because they took control. They took control of the scene. And what can we do is just like remain calm. People back up because now you have too many people up here and like you need someone to take control. Yep. And you do what you can, but without having the resources, you're kind of just a sheet in the wind.
Yeah, man. Resources and a little bit of training go a long way.
We got this.
There's a fine line about being in the way or helping.
Oh, there definitely is. And even as a first responder, I've been in the way. I will totally admit to that. What else you got, dude? That one, dude. This is a group of people I've been going to New Year's Eve at Joshua Tree with. They go every year. Crowd gets bigger, smaller. Crowd's been much bigger than this and much smaller than this. But go to Joshua Tree with all these homies, and for every New Year's Eve, and dude, drink a bunch of alcohol, tell a bunch of good stories, climb some rocks, and yeah, like we're talking about community, man. Have those circles of friend groups, and it
looks like the middle of July right now,
dude. So that was one of those days where it was like super warm out on New Year's Eve, And we've
Yeah.
also had those days where it's like storming, ripping tents out, and you see like Wizard of Oz tents flying away. Like, you're just like, oh, that person's not gonna have a good sleep tonight. Their sleeping bag is gone. It's in the next county. Oh man, but yeah, that picture comes down to community and friends, dude. 100%.
Yeah, and that's always important. Like we were talking about, it's always good having a good support system when you're going through rough times. Finding the community, whether it's a hobby that you like. So I have bowling. So bowling in a league, I always have something to look forward to at least one day out of the week. And you get a bunch of people that you get to shoot the shit with for 3 hours. You can be good at it. You can stink at it. It doesn't matter, but you're around a bunch of people having a good time.
Yep. Yeah, dude, join that archery range, join that rock climbing club, join that bowling league, join that painting shop, that ceramic shop, join that gaming club, like whatever it is, man. Join it, make some friends, get some good people in your life. No doubt. The sad thing is you guys don't have good pictures of like all the crazy stories that I've been through at work, dude. So I got one that I absolutely love telling because it's one of those things I can't believe actually happened to me. Of course, Los Angeles, right? Working in Los Angeles. Roll back up to the district, call out a service, go through the gate, like gate closes, like, all right, cool, everything's chill, back on base, like, no, I don't gotta do shit. Rolling back up to the helipad where all our personal vehicles are parked, just hanging out. I get up there, and I'm like, am I really seeing this right now? There's a shirtless dude in blue jeans who's barefoot trying to break into my homeboy's Jeep. Is this real? Like, yeah, I'm really seeing this. He turns and looks at me. He's like, thank God you are here. Of course, he's like cracked out of his mind, like dirty, grungy looking dude. I'm like, yes, sir. Can I help you? He's like, thank God you're here. They're coming after me. I need you to get me out of here. I'm just like, he goes to pull the passenger door open. Luckily, it's locked and the window's only halfway down. And doesn't say shit. Hops in the back of my truck, sits in my cooler, and goes, yeah, Pony. Yeah. I'm just like, am I like a wagon? Like are your drugs that good right now, bro? Like, I want to be.
Oh, you were definitely on the Oregon Trail at that point.
Yeah, 100%. Right back on the Oregon Trail, bro. I'm just like, and like, I don't know how I thought of this. This is one of my highlighted moments of life, right? But I turned back to him. I'm like, bro, if you're in the back, they're gonna see you. Run down the dumpster and I will meet you down there and we will evac you to wherever you need to be. And he just looks at me like, that is the best idea ever. And it's like, sprinting down this hill of nothing but like chaparral and shit rush. I hide behind the dumpster, dude. I'm like, I can't believe that worked. And I
go to that castle right there, that green castle with the black roof, right down there.
The green castle. That's exactly what it was, dude. I'm surprised you didn't jump in it rather than get behind it, right? I'm like,
I really am surprised he didn't jump in it.
And I'm like, I've already gone out of service with dispatch. How is this going to sound on the radio right now? But I'm just like, fuck it, I'm going to say it. I'm like, say dispatch name. I'm like, hey, priority law enforcement traffic from my call sign. I need law enforcement to my location. I got a half naked guy. I said this. I was like, I got a half naked guy that just jumped in my truck, told me he needs an evac, and now he's hiding behind the dumpster of the district office. Send law enforcement. I said like silent for some reason. I don't know, because I didn't want the sirens to like scare the dude off because he was like super paranoid.
Don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, sweet, got that done. Go back down to the gate, and next thing I know, like 3 federal law enforcement officers are just rolling up. One of them's a canine badass motherfucker, and like 2 other LA County sheriffs who completely disregarded the silent run. They're just like rolling full code 3 all the way up to this dude. They get up to him, like draw him at a taser point. He's just doing like la da thing, like all sorts of crazy, like messing with him. Like, oh, you want to get down with me? I'll get down with you. Like this complete nonsense. The canine officer's just like, That's what I've been waiting for all week. Like, that's what I've been waiting for all week. You know, he just pops the button on his belt, and I forget what the canine's name was, but he was a legit canine. Just wham, straight to the ground, bro. Takes this homie to the ground. Like, poor Scuffle. Leos do what they do. We're all just sitting back watching it. Like, I had been sitting at the district office, like knowing this is about to go down for the next 5 minutes. Like, I'm gonna get on this one. And of course, like the dudes come out of the engine bay and they're like, "What the fuck's going on?" And I'm like, "Dude, you got just stand by one. Yeah. Like, watch what's about to happen." And everyone's just watching this go down, just like, "No way!" And like, I'm like, "Yeah, that actually happened to me." And of course, the Leos are like, "Dude, we gotta search your truck. There's gonna be he left a meth pipe in it. This dude's like out of control." And like, they fully searched my truck, didn't find anything. You think the dude would jettison something, but he obviously smoked all four. And it was just one of those experiences where you're just like, did that just happen in the last 10 minutes of my life? Like, I can't believe
chaotic,
dude. Right? So much chaos, dude. So much chaos. And I hate to keep talking. But that story somehow rolls right into another story, which is great, right? Because it happened the next fucking day.
Oh, really?
I'm not even kidding.
I never heard of this.
You've probably never heard this story. So the next day,
I haven't heard. Yeah, I haven't heard the last one. So
this is a completely different incident, right? Completely next day, like that's all done. Nothing's going on. I was just at the station late afternoon, like we're just hanging out. And there's these girls in front in our like two little parking spots for visitors, like who want to come and get maps or whatever. And they're just acting a fool, like acting weird, yelling at each other, slapping the shit out of each other. And of course, one of our apprentices is like, "I'm going to go offer them water." I'm like, that's probably not the best solution to two fighting chicks, like with temp tags on their piece of shit 1993 Camry. Like, you probably shouldn't just roll up to them and give them water. He starts to give him water, and it's like, "No, fuck you. We don't need your water. We're the fuck government." And it's just like, okay. The next thing we know, one chick is on top of the other chick, beating the motherfucking shit out of her, just ripping each other's hair. These chicks are rolling through our parking lot in front of our fire station and our district office, and like, apprentices is standing there with the water, like, I was trying to water, and the next thing I know, you're all beating the shit out of each other.
You guys got to hydrate in between rounds, okay?
Oh, dude, you got it, right? He was, I think he was or something like, yo, he knew what was going down. He knew water.
Hey, you roll this way,
dude.
You'll get out of it.
Dude, all of a sudden, a switch flipped, and one of them got up. I was like, "I'm so sorry. I gotta apologize." The other one starts crying, like, "Oh my god, I can't." They get in the car, they start consoling each other. And like, I just get the apprentice. I'm like, "Bro, we need to call law enforcement." He's like, "Dude, you just called law enforcement yesterday." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but like, this is happening right now. I don't know what else to say." And I shit you not, the same canine officer and the same LAPD officers show up to our station again for the second time. And when they roll up, they go from consoling each other to, and so when they're consoling each other, they look at us and apologize, like, "Hey, can we actually have that water?" And the apprentice like throws it through the fence at him. Like, it goes from like craziness to niceness, craziness to niceness. Right when the Leos roll up, dude, this bitch gets out. Excuse my language. She gets out of the car and she's just like, "Fuck you! I fucking hate law enforcement." And the other girl's still in the car crying, right? And I'm just like, "Oh, dude, this will be good." And of course, for the second day in a row, all us fire homies like pull up our lawn chairs, and we're just like, "All right, let's see what's going on here." This chick decides to charge the law enforcement officer, and for the second day in a row, he's just like, "I've been waiting for this my whole life." Pulls out a taser, straight to the ground, dude. Man. It ended up being the one girl that was doing most of the aggression had a felony warrant out of Texas for like aggravated assault. The other one was wanted in LA for some like petty stuff. They had like shrooms, meth, coke, and like, I guess apparently tested positive for all these things. I don't know how our agency found out about that other than having homies within circles. But it was just one of those things where you're just like, did this really happen 2 days in a row to like the same people at the same station? And yeah, it like actually happened. You can go look up the incident reports if you're smart enough to figure out what I'm telling you and where.
Right.
Got that many people out there. It's insane, right?
Los Angeles, dude. Like the stuff you see in Los Angeles is just absolutely batshit crazy. And there's some people out there want to do nothing but harm and are not 100% mentally there. So those are my
definitely not mentally there.
Yeah, exactly. Those are my two best stories that I can remember that are funny and not completely tragic. But those things. Right.
They needed the control that government brought to them, right? Because they were wiling out.
Dude, they're totally wiling out. I hate to say it. I guess government does have its place, dude.
Well, yeah.
That was like that.
What else do you do in a scenario like that, right? Like these people need to be put in timeout.
Yeah, literally.
That's a good word for it. Timeout. Yes. Like we were saying, that kick in the butt.
They needed
that reality check. Yeah. Wake up call, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully it helped them out.
I hope so, dude. Because dude, that dude was nuts, and those chicks were just next level. Like insane to happy to I'm sorry to beating the crap out of each other to I'm sorry again, I'll take your water to no, fuck you and taser to the chest. Just, holy shit, man. So yeah, there's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have you on again.
Yes.
Me? Yes.
Oh my word. So you're talking about like the next
at
chapter
some
of my
point,
life?
Because wow, that was like 1% of what you went through.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I might give you my full story at some point, but if I
loved hearing that. I haven't heard the story of the women or the story of the dude breaking into the trucks. You know.
Yeah, over there.
That was pretty ridiculous. Never know what you're gonna face out.
Him saying "giddy up" is got to be next level.
That legit. Those were his words. Like, yeah, pony, giddy up, yeah.
yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Was it a tan Pelican cooler too?
It actually, I kid you not, I'm pretty sure it was. It was definitely a Pelican cooler. It was definitely a Pelican cooler, dude. So yeah,
hey, he was riding the rawhide.
He's riding the
What's a good name for a horse? Yeah.
That's about it, dude. That is about it. But yeah, we'll see what the next chapter of my life brings, man. Like you'll either be hearing me from enlisted in the Air National Guard or like being a deputy sheriff or some weird shit like that at 36 years old. We'll see what the next chapter is.
That's the exciting part. You never know. Never know what can come up tomorrow.
Like you were saying, that fire patrol, that gig going into the fire academy, that pretty much just was put in your lap.
It was, dude.
Well, feet to the fire then. I guess I have to do this. I don't see any other options, really. I cannot not turn this down.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, way too good of a card to be handed to not play it, right? Like
you're giving me pocket aces.
Yeah.
You're delusional. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, that's literally, I was like, if you knew my background, you wouldn't be asking me to get carded and join your crew right now. Like, not officially, but like, yeah, he's just like, yeah, you want to come do fire stuff? I'm like, sure. Like, I guess so. And then the rest was there from like the next 9 years, dude. And here I am. And after all that, I'm really glad I had those experiences and stoked as hell for the next chapter of life, dude.
It's really a foundation to do something else and just as great.
Gave you a bunch of tools physically and mentally.
Big time. Yeah. Of course, 100% physically, but somehow way more mentally, even though it's nothing but physical work. Yeah, way more mentally.
Yeah, because stuff that sucks for most people, you're like, well, you just had to walk an extra block to go do this thing, or you had to carry this much equipment or your backpack or whatever to this destination, whatever, to get your work done. That's no big deal for me. Yeah. I can do that.
Yeah, just get her done, dude. Get her done.
I mean, just when I was getting out of the Army, we hiked everywhere. We ran everywhere while we were in. So a walk to the grocery store a mile away wasn't that big of a deal to me. Or we were just walking to the nearest park to go do or kick the soccer ball around or whatever. That wasn't that big of a deal to me.
Dude, 100%.
Like even hungover, I was like, "Oh, this is just like the army."
Oh my god! I'll tell you an off-air story of some great hungover
Okay.
getting done stories.
Sounds good.
No doubt, man, for sure. This has been
Wow,
great.
yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Dude, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
nice to see you. Been a great weekend.
Yeah,
Excellent man here.
yeah.
Getting things
The
done.
weather's been great up here in PA. We went to the fair yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Got to see some pigs and some cows.
Ooh.
Dude, you went to the fair, bro? You see some kids riding sheep? They do that up there?
Oh, we did not see any mutton busting. We did see lawnmower tractor pulls. We did see that. That
Awesome.
was wild.
Dude,
I was
don't
like,
think I've
oh,
ever
these
seen-
are little tractors pulling that big weighted thing
sled.
that you would put a giant tractor on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like these little 50cc tractors hauling this big weight block.
Turboed out or something.
Yeah. Oh,
With
it
the
was, yeah.
nitrous.
One was loping. You could hear. I'm like, they cammed
had
that
a
thing
cam?
out. Yeah, that's what it sounded like when it was idling. Yep. Oh, it's womp, 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 womp.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
oh, that's deep. Let's
Yeah,
go. I
bro.
want to see that. It was all painted black.
For a long tractor.
It was like rattle can black. I was like, that's the one I'm rooting for. Let's go with that one.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Understated, sleek, in disguise. You can
The
ride it at
sleeper.
night. You'll hear it, but you won't know where it's at.
Yeah, bro. That's what it's all about.
It'll be echoing off the trees. You'll never know where that tractor's at.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, it
dude.
was it's been wonderful weather. It has been dry. So the grass is dying. The leaves are already starting to fall off, but
Yeah, dude.
it's
It's
starting to
snowed
change
in-
the seasons.
I was sitting on my couch 2 days ago and I saw snow up on the peaks of Flagstaff, Arizona, and we got a huge
Yep.
hailstorm that just ripped all the leaves off the trees. And I was like, it's fucking fall.
It just started.
The
It just
seasons are
started.
changing.
It's changing.
Yep.
But like, then I come down here to Tucson, and it's like, all right, throw on the running shorts and like t-shirt and everything's good. So
Mhm.
it's still summer down
It's like
here.
nothing. It's like nothing changes during the wintertime. You're like, oh, it still looks the same.
Pretty much.
Yeah, if you want to see the seasons, you got to hike up Mount Lemon
Yep.
to go see the seasons.
Got to get above 6,000 feet.
Yep. 100%.
which is crazy. We went up to Mount Lemon for my buddy's bachelor party. We went up camping up there, and it was like 75, 80 degrees down in Tucson, down in the valley. And I had the doors off and the top off on the Jeep.
Legit.
Now there's a previous moment with Corey and I where I should have learned my lesson, but I didn't
Yeah.
this time. And I was like, I'm in flip-flops, shorts, short sleeve shirt, and I did bring a jacket and some pants and my boots, but they were packed away in the back seat. And me and my buddy Sean, we're driving up Mount Lemon, and like I said, it's 75 degrees in the valley.
Yeah.
It was 30 degrees at the top of this mountain.
Yeah,
8,000 feet.
yeah, that'll happen, dude.
I had the doors in the back seat. I believe I did bring the door, so that was a good thing.
Smart.
So I brought everything so I can enclose it, but still, that whole drive we didn't stop. We were just shivering the entire way with the heater on blast.
Why do we do that to ourselves, bro? It's just that we gotta get there.
Just stop.
But you see the sun, you're like, it can't be cold up there. It's closer to the sun, right?
Yeah.
Your logic goes out the window. You're like, I'm closer to the sun. It's really nice down here. It's perfect weather. This is October, the middle of October. Let's go up there, man. Let's go enjoy the nice warm day on top of the mountain.
Yep.
It wasn't
Oh,
warm.
man.
It was 35 degrees.
Shit almighty. You're like shorts
Oh my-
and flip flops. Like, okay, we'll spend 5 minutes up here and then we gotta go back down.
I've never been this cold in my life.
Yeah, it sucks. This is Arizona. What's going on?
I
Yeah,
thought
you're
they
not
were. I
ready
thought
for
it
it.
was. I thought we were preparing for global warming.
No,
This is
not
really
happening.
cold.
Global cooling up there.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be
Global.
like that movie where everything just freezes over and everyone's fucking dead. So
Yeah, the day after. The day after tomorrow.
Here in
That
Tucson.
one, day after tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's a good movie. That's a
Dude,
really good
it's
movie.
not a bad one. I actually think it is a good movie. It really is.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Is
man.
that when all the water's coming through the library in New York?
Yeah, somehow it all froze.
And then
So
it freezes.
Yeah, yeah.
It freezes
yeah.
like instantly.
Yeah.
Like you can
But the-
see everything start freezing.
Like those
in.
water bottles in Iraq from the deep freezer.
And you just
Oh
go,
yeah.
and they
Yeah,
freeze when you have really quick.
every time when you had a slushy.
Yeah.
Oh, the slushy water.
That was like the Arizona iced teas at that Ace Hardware.
Yes.
Yeah.
At that level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You pull them out and they were like 34 degrees somehow.
Yeah, that fridge was mint.
Legit.
And then Ace Hardware of all places, we got these Arizona iced teas, crack it
Yeah,
open and it
That was the
crystallized.
secret spot for the coldest Arizona teas.
Of course.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know that.
Our 99-cent teas.
Yeah.
Dude, you can still find them from 99 cents every once in a while. I think because
Mhm.
Arizona Iced Tea refuses to remove that from their label.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like they rest in there. They truck in the raw ingredients on freight train to keep their prices low. They don't advertise because they let the can do the advertising for them.
Yep.
It's a good model.
Absolutely. Now they came out with liquor ones too now, so they're expanding.
This is dangerous.
They're going to subsidize with the
This
profit from
this
the
could be
liquor. I
dangerous
like
for
it.
me. Arizona Iced Tea with liquor. Oh man, degenerates coming out of me.
Yeah, just throw a shot of whiskey in there, you're good. Another shot of whiskey on top of what's already in there.
Yeah, we're getting it done.
Maybe a scoop of pre-workout just to turn it into a Four Loko.
Maybe there'll be an Arizona pre-workout. That'll be the next chapter.
That's the next chapter.
You can make a 5-gallon
mean-
bucket of it.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Let's start it up. Tar and feather.
Okay. We'll
Tar
get
and
some
feather
raw
fit.
ingredients.
Dude,
Tar and
you guys
feather
could
fit.
probably do it. I guarantee you. Like you start small, local in Arizona, some veteran shit, and start throwing it to firefighters.
real
EMS,
pre-workout
EMS,
with
police.
ultra electrolyte.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, every company comes out with a coffee brand,
Mm-hmm.
so we
Let's give the people what they
we can
really
take
want.
over. We can take over the pre-workout market.
And just don't put that it has alcohol in it, and there'll be dudes slamming it at work before their hour of workout
Powderized
just to get it done.
alcohol. All right, I like where this is going.
Oh shit almighty!
Mixed with Fireball.
Oh god, this is just I don't know. This is devolving.
Yeah. Oh no, it's
For the
going down
next
quick.
episode.
Oh no, this is like the Titanic.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Hey, but some people survived. It's okay.
Absolutely. We'll find the original ingredients to Jacked.
We'll get her done,
Yeah.
dude. We'll get her done. I know someone that knows the original ingredients to Uncle Nearest, or Ernest or Nearest, that apparently actually taught Jack Daniels. So we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys.
All right. I didn't know this.
This-
We're going to do some research.
Yeah. We're going to be coming out with our pre-workout blend. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned, folks. It may or may not have alcohol in it. We cannot confirm nor deny.
Cannot confirm. All right.
I will not
This has
deny.
been episode 25 of Tar and Feather Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. The more you like, the more you comment, the more it branches out to other people. So please do that.
Yep. Feed the algorithm, man. Feed the algorithm. Share it to people.
Share it on Facebook. Each person that shares gets 500 more eyes on this.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Take it easy, everybody.
Thanks for coming on, Woody.
You bet you, man. It's great talking to you.
All right, we're out.
Laters. Hell yeah, man. That was fun.